Hanumanji Jayanti. On Wednesday, we ask Hanumanji to continue to bless us, protect us, guide us, be with us always. We invoke the presence of Bhagwan, of God, that divine vibration into our home, into our heart, and into our mind. As we recite Om. गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बूफलचारुभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् ॐ वक्रतुण्डाय हुं श्रीगणेशाय नमः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्छे त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् हर नम पार्वतीपतये हर 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 महादेव गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु। ॐ क्लीं कृष्णाय नमः। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। ॐ श्री सीता रामचन्द्र भगवान की जय। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ हं हनुमते नमः। सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमो नमः। प्रेम से श्री गणेश भगवान की जय।
जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती
पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश देवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी।
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी।
माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी।
माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी।
अनधन को आंख देख को दिन को काया।
अंधन को आंख देख को दिन को खाया।
धन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया।
भाजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया।
जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा।
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा।
लदवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा।
लड़वन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा।
रिद्धि सीधी सात सोहे कार्तिकेय भ्राता।
रिद्धि सिद्धि सात सोहे कार्तिकेय भ्राता।
दीन जानी शरण राखी सुफल की जय सेवा।
दीन जानी शरण राखी सुफल की जय सेवा।
जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
माता जानकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। हनुमान जी, we all join together now in singing the Hanumanji Chalisa, 40 verses dedicated to Hanumanji, giving us Bal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar. May Hanumanji continue to bless us.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज। निज मन मुकुर सुधार। वरनो रघुबर विमल जसु। जो दायक फल चार। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके। सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि। हरहु कलेश विकार। भज लो जी हनुमान। भज लो जी हनुमान। भज लो जी लो जी हनुमान। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिवे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई। सहस वदन तुमरो यस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद शारद सहित अहिसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीना, राम मिलाए राजपद दीना। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख माहि, जलधि लांग गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपने तेज समारो आवे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है परसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंतकाल रघुवरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, झूठ ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय महाडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। भजलो जी हनुमान, 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 भजलो जी हनुमान।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। Before moving into the dhyanam of the Bhagavad Gita, I would like to have one voluntary volunteer to read our Bhagavad Gita. Today I think we are at verse 60, so we want to read till the end. That will take us 12 verses. Any volunteers? Put your hands up. Okay, think about it, and then we will come back to it in a short while. So, can we start now with the Bhagavad Gita Dhyanam, as we've done in the past? Govind bolo Hari Gopal bolo, Govind bolo Hari Gopal bolo, Govind bolo Hari Gopal bolo,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
Radha Raman Hari Govind bolo,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
Govind bolo Hari Gopal bolo,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
Govind bolo Hari Gopal bolo,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
Radha Raman Hari Govind bolo,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
Radha Raman Hari Govind bolo,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
Radha Raman Hari Govind bolo,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री गोविंद कृष्ण भगवान की जय. How are we with the dhyanam, the words? So we'll begin, those of us who will remember it from the days that we've gone before. And here we go, we have it up. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam. Sing together with me. Narayanena swayam vyasena grathitam purana munina मध्ये अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणि भगवती अष्टादशाध्याये नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रः येन त्वया भारततैल्यपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृत
नमः।
सर्व उपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दम्
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
भीष्मद्रोण तथा जयद्रलजला गन्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तकः
केशवा
पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कथम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनम्
पूरितम्
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुरा भूयद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमला प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततर्कटेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमण volunteers now? Now that you've been inspired? Jaya Beti, would you? Oh, I have. Jaya Beti, would you like to do it? Would you like to read for us? All right. Dindial Bhai wants to read for us. Come, Bhai. You have to get a mic.
Copies of Bhagavad Gita available on the benches to the end, so you can acquire a copy. We're moving to verse 60, chapter 2.
Thank you so much, Hari Om. Yes.
Sitaram devotees.
Sitaram, Hari Om.
And we start our reading from chapter 2, verse 60 this morning, and it goes as follows. Turbulent by nature, the senses, not free from attachment, even of a wise man, who is practicing self-control, forcibly carry away his mind, Arjuna. Therefore, having controlled all the senses and concentrating his mind, he should sit for meditation, devoting himself heart and soul to me.
For he
are under his control, is known to have a stable mind. The man dwelling on sense objects develops attachment for them. From attachment springs up desire, and from desire unfilled ensues anger. From anger arises delusion, from delusion confusion of memory, from confusion of memory loss of reason, and from loss of reason one goes to complete ruin. But the self-constrained sadhaka, while enjoying the various sense objects through his senses, which are disciplined and free from likes and dislikes, attains placidity of mind. With the attainment of such placidity of mind, all his sorrows come to an end, and the intellect of a person of tranquil mind, soon withdrawing itself from all sides, become firmly established in God. He who has not controlled his mind and senses can have no determinate intellect, nor contemplation. Without contemplation, he can have no peace. And how can there be happiness from one lacking peace of mind? As the wind carries away boat upon the waters, even so of the senses moving among sense objects. The one to which the mind is attached takes away this discrimination. Therefore, Arjuna, he whose senses are completely restrained from their objects is said to have a stable mind. That which is nigh to all beings in this state of divine knowledge and supreme bliss, the God-realized yogi keeps awake, and that the ever-changing transient world happiness, in which all beings keep away, is night to the seer.
As the waters of
Different rivers enter the ocean, which through full on all sides remain undisturbed. Likewise, he in whom all enjoyments merge themselves without causing disturbance attains peace, not he who hankers after such
We
enjoyments.
just have two more, can continue.
He has given up all desires and moves free from attachment, egoism, and thirst for enjoyment attains peace. Arjuna, such is the state of the God-realized soul. Having reached this state, he overcomes delusion, and established in this state, even at the last moment, he attains Brahmic bliss.
Shankhanti. Thus in the Upanishad sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, the scripture of Yoga, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjun ends the second chapter entitled Sankhya Yoga, the Yoga of Knowledge. Prem se bol Shri Govinda Krishna Bhagwan ki. We finished the second chapter. We move on to the third chapter now next week. I would like now to choose someone who's going to volunteer for next week. so that you will come up and read it. You will be prepared. We will do the first 10 first 10 verses, and make sure you come. So if I choose you, please don't say, well, I'm sick next week Sunday. So I will give it up to you first. Anybody wants to volunteer? I see a little boy in the back at the yellow putting up his hand. Yes? You know, this means yes. So who's next to you then could read it? Daddy. The daddy will read to next week. Okay, daddy will read next week, okay? Daddy, we agreed you're coming next week? It's Easter Sunday, it's a holiday. All right, so one of the whole family could read. Let me tell you that. That's something that could be done. The whole family can read. We have enough mics, all right? So we have that volunteer for next week, that entire family. Very good. Give them a round of applause, everybody. Excellent. Prem se bol Shri Govind Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. So this Wednesday, we don't have children's class today, do we? Okay. This Wednesday, we celebrate a very auspicious and holy day. In the life of every Sanatanist Hindu in Trinidad and Tobago, at some point in their life, they would have sat down to do Hanumanji Puja and put up a red chandi. If not themselves performing it, they would have participated in it or at least have attended. To the extent that Hanumanji is a symbol of the Trinidadian Hindu. We very, very much associate, first of all, with Hanumanji. It is probably the only Chalisa many people know. And there are so many other Chalisas. But with good reason. Bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi, harahu kale savikar. Hanumanji is special in our lives. And today I want to talk a little bit about Hanumanji and what he has left for us. What is his legacy that he continues to create for us, using as the base the Sankatamochan Ashtak. Is there anybody here who has never heard the Sankatamochan? It starts like this. Bal samay ravi kashtamiru bhakshaliyo tab tinu ho lok bhayo andhiyaro tahi so tras vayo jag ko yah sankat kahu so jat na taro देवन आनी करी बिनती चरी छार दियो रवि कष्ट निवारो वो नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन वो नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो वो नहीं जानत है जग में प्रेम सुभोषी पवन पुत्र हनुमान जी की जय बाल समय रवि भक्षलियो. So this is a prayer to Hanumanji about Hanumanji. And little children and bigger children, the Sankatamochan starts with Hanumanji as a little boy. It is said he was 12 days old when this incident occurred. What incident? He tried to swallow up the sun. What? He tried to swallow up the sun. He jumped into the air, blocking out the sun in itself. Why? The Katha continues to say that Rahu, one of those half of beings who was going to create a solar eclipse, Hanumanji, thinking that there was some sort of attack, tried to jump up to save the world and try to save the sun. He was not yet of the realized state that he later became. Seeing that, Indra Devata sent forth a Vajra, a thunderbolt, hit him in his mouth, in his jaw. My mother would say, don't touch his skin. I saw her smile. And he fell back to earth. But not only did he fall back to earth, he fell straight down into Patal. His father had to go get him, leaving his mouth twisted, hence the name Hanuman. Whilst down there in that nether region, the Devatas came and they all granted him different siddhis. His mother, moving on, decided, listen, my son is well-intentioned, but he needs a guru. He needs someone to control that power, to help him control that intellect. And who did she choose? Ehi Surya Sahasramsho Tejo Rasi Jagatpate Anukampayam Mam Deva Grihan Arghyam Namustute. I say the Arghya mantra, which is offered to Surya Bhagwan. She chose Surya Bhagwan. The Katha continues as to how Surya Bhagwan was going to accept him, because Surya Bhagwan doesn't stay in one place, moving all the time. Moving all the time. 7 horses, different colors, the colors of the rainbow. Hanumanji eventually was initiated to Surya Bhagwan, and at the end of his religious teaching, he wanted to offer a dakshina to Surya Bhagwan. What was it dakshina he could give to Surya Bhagwan? He offered instead the Surya Namaskar yoga posture. Postures, asanas. 12 asanas in one set. First, you start on your, actually it depends on the day of the week or where your breath is. You start with that leg, you move back. Has anybody not seen what the Surya Namaskar is? Hanumanji's gift to the world is the Surya Namaskar. And that gift is being repackaged and commercialized all through the world with other people speaking of words like downward dog and so on. We don't talk like that. But that's part of the repackaging. It's important to note, however, that the Surya Namaskar is a very powerful set of asanas. As I say, on each side you've got 12. So you do 12, you start with the left foot, if that's the day to start with the left foot, and then 12 on the right foot. So in that whole set, you've done 24 yogic asanas. And for those of you who are concerned about your weight, that is 14 calories. So if you do 10, that's 140 calories. If you do 20, you get my drift, that's 280 calories. As a matter of fact, it's been found that 10 minutes of the Surya Namaskar is more than 10 minutes of swimming. You didn't know that, did you? This is our tradition, coming from where? Hanumanji. Being discovered and rediscovered and being put into practice by other people, and we sometimes, not you here, some followers of Sanatana Dharma don't even know what we have, don't even appreciate what we have. It is a complete body workout. Every muscle in your body is stretched, every sinew is exercised, and the heat that you generate from it, from doing that Surya Namaskar, continues burning even after you are completed. You need a cold shower afterwards to try to cool down yourself. And it is said even after, when you're finished, you're not supposed to go and eat because your body is still burning, still going. And you do it in the morning 5:30 before Surya Bhagwan arises, and you do your Surya Namaskar. What mantras do you recite? There are 12 mantras, all of them different names of Surya Bhagwan. If you don't know, do at least the Gayatri mantra for each asana. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Up, down, like that. Surya, the Gayatri mantra. Or if you just want to keep it simple, you do your Surya, Om Suryaya Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha. Some people just use their Guru mantra. It is prayer, it is yoga, it is not just exercise, but it includes exercise. Coming from where? Bal samay ravi bhakshaliyo tavatino hulok bhayo andhiyaro. So he has brought to us a practice which is intended to save us all. Bal buddhi vidya. So strength first through the exercise practice. Buddhi by the recitation of the mantra. Vidya, getting the knowledge once you tap into the universal consciousness and become harmonized. बाली की त्रास कपीस वसे गिरिजात महाप्रभु पंथ निवारो चौकी महामुनि श्राप दियो तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो कै द्विज रूप लिया लिवाय से महाप्रभु सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो को नहीं जानत
है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो.
You know what's important and what was telling? The line that we repeat at the end, ko nahi janata hai jag mein kabhi sankat mochan naam tiharu. Who doesn't know the name of Sankat Mochan? Sankat Mochan means the remover of difficulties. So this particular set of mantras are sung for someone who would like to get their difficulties removed. And these are all instances when he then went ahead to help people get their difficulties removed. Bali ki tras kapisa vase giri chat Mahaprabhu pant nivaru. You were protecting Sugriv from Vali. They lived in the Rishyamukh mountain. Do you remember why they lived in the Rishyamukh mountain? Because that was a place that had been desecrated by Vali when he had killed Dundhubi, that buffalo, and he had swung the carcass through the air. Blood fell where Matanga Rishi was doing puja, and he said, whoever caused this, if they ever stepped here, they will die immediately. That was the only place Sugriv, Vali's brother, could have gone. You would remember from the Ramayana Katha. And in that place, Hanumanji remained with Sugriv to protect him, awaiting the day when Sri Ram would come. Ke dvij roop liya e Mahaprabhu, so tum das ke shokh nivaro. And by bringing Sri Ram and bringing Lakshman Bhaiya to Sugriv, he was able to remove the difficulties that Sugriv had. And that katha is such that it applies to each and every one of us. Because we get lost somewhere, caught up in conflict, caught up in all sorts of things, negativities. And we need God to come to us, and we need a messenger to bring that message for us. Just as he did for Sita Mata when she was alone in Ashok Vatika. And Hanumanji, for years, for decades, he has kept Sanatan Dharma alive in Trinidad and Tobago. Just by his presence and his stories and his influence, until the time when we could continue to say, yes, I accept God in my life. Until such time, Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja, we would sing, Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar, Jai Kapis Tihulok Ujagar, Ramadut Atulitava. We know it, we hear it, we are familiar with it. It gives us solace when we have difficulties. Those who are going through Shani Graha, on Saturday you're keeping your fast, you know at the end you have to do Hanumanji Chalisa. Those who are doing Mangal Vrat, who have a Mangal dosha in some way as well, some boys or girls, they are born Mangalik, they have difficulties getting married, they do Tuesday fast. Hanumanji, you pray to Hanumanji. So, without his blessing, God isn't able to come sometimes because we don't know how to love God. We don't know how to please God. Because sometimes, nobody here, but people get caught up in themselves and forget to have the humility like Hanumanji, to have the devotion like Hanumanji, to have the focus like Hanumanji. Do you remember when he jumped across to find Sita Mata? And the Menak mountain came up, and he said, take a rest. He said, I have no time to rest. I'm on a mission from God. And if my duty and my dharma is to perform as God has told me, what time do I have to rest to sit down now? And I remember doing a puja at one person's place. And he said, and I've mentioned this before, that the life and story of Hanumanji should be required reading for all public servants in Trinidad and Tobago and other places. Because that is a life of duty, working for others, tirelessly, continuously, as per your Sanatan Dharma. The unfortunate reality is sometimes followers of Sanatan Dharma go into situations where they are told, you can't work so hard, you'll make us look bad. Continue to work. Continue to do your duty. Do your 8 to 3 or your 9 to 4, whatever it might be, and do it to the best of your ability. So Bali ki tras kapi se basegi di jat Mahaprabhu panta niharo choki Mahamudi shrap diyo. Shrap, that was the Muni had given the shrap that Vali could not have come there. तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो कै तुझ रूप लिवाए महाप्रभु सो तुम दास के तुम शोक निवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में को नहीं जानत who doesn't know अंगद के संग लैन गए सिय खोज कपि सह बैन उचारो जीवत ना musicians अंगद के संग लैन गए सिय खोज कपि सह बैन उचारो जीवत नाव. Did I start higher? I think I did. Hold on. अंगद के संग लैन गए सिय खोज कपि सह बैन उचारो जीवत नाव जिहो ढुम सो बिना सुधि लाय इहा पगुधारो हेरी तखे तत सिंधु सबे तब लाय सिया सुधि प्राण उवारो को नहीं जानत है जग में संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो. Together Angad के संग लैन गए. So you together with Angad and Jambavant and all of these went down to the southernmost tip of India to get information about Sita Mata. At the sea coast, Angad said, listen, if we were to return, what is going to happen to us if we don't have information about Sita Mata? And everybody became despondent, and you are the one who brought the message back to us. Again, a message of hope to us, to know that when we feel despondent and we feel that we cannot do and we cannot walk anymore, we cannot achieve where we have to go, we cannot achieve what we have to achieve in success in this lifetime, and we give up, Hanumanji is there to say, nothing is impossible. I always remember, I've quoted this before, when he came back And he presented evidence to Shri Ram that he had met Sita Mata, and Shri Ram was so overwhelmed. He said, what gift can I give to you? Hanumanji said, what can I get from, what will I want from you? By your grace, even cotton can burn under the water. By your grace, anything is possible. This is the message in this set of shlokas, in this set of the verses. That nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it. The only person keeping back you is yourself. And to give yourself that confidence and your strength, you can't say, well, this one did that and that one did this, whatever. You have the control of yourself. And develop through the blessings of Hanumanji and others. Shivji Bhagwan, we just finished Durga Mata, Shri Ram. Invoke them into your heart and into your mind, get your confidence and keep going. Keep going. रावण त्रास दई सब के सब राक्षसी सो कही शोक निवारो ताहि समय हनुमान महाप्रभु जाय महारज दीशर चातह सीता अशोक से आगे सोधा प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो हो नहीं जानत है जग में कपि
संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो
हो नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन Ravan trasa daisi ako sab rakshasi so kahi shoka nivaru. So Sita Mata, again feeling despondent amidst all of the Rakshasas who are around and Ravan, causing her so much difficulties. Again, indicative of where we are in life. People are around us, tormenting us always. I heard a very sad story just this week about a young child who felt that 7 years old, being bullied in school, and what that child decided to do, which I won't repeat and go into details about. But it is shocking to know the bullying that is happening, the tormenting that is happening with whatever age you are now. Primary school, secondary school, high school, university, online, torment from all areas. And if it's not that sort of bullying and shaming, we have all sorts of other torments that are happening. And just like that, Sita Mata was in the midst of it. And how was she to keep strong in the midst of all of that? It is difficult to keep facing the storm when it just seems to just want to blow you away. It is difficult. If not, for some people, impossible. They just feel, let me let go, and I will just go wherever the wind blows me. And it's difficult to stand up with bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi harahu kalesa vikar. And that is what Sita Mata had to do. And when she felt the most despondent, and she felt time to end it all, it's when Hanumanji came to give the symbol of the ring. And with that, she got renewed spirit and inspiration. It fortified her soul, and she came forward to go ahead and decided, I will persevere in the name of Shri Ram. बाण लग्यो उर लक्ष्मण के तब प्राण तजे सुथ रावण मारो. I know I went higher, that's all right. लाल गृह वै सेन शुच समेत तवे गिरी द्रोण उबार सबीर उपारो. आनि सजीवन हाथ दई तब लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो. वो नहीं जानत है जग में कपि
संकट मोचन
नाम तू हाई पे वो नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो. So in this set of verses is when he saved the life of Lakshman Bhaiya after he was shot, and he had to go. He found Sushen, the physician, from within the walls of Lanka, brought him out, went to the Himalayas, brought the mountain. Name of the mountain is Dronagiri. Brought the mountain because he couldn't figure out which was the herb. The point about it, one little thing to leave you with out of that incident, is that nothing is too much for him. And if someone is in distress, the message to us is go as far as you can to help that person. Go as far as you can to help that person if you have God in your heart. That is the important part. Because if you don't have God in your heart, then you are like, it's like you're throwing a stone to someone to help them. If you have to be that lifesaver, you have to have God in your heart to keep you afloat. Ravana, no, let me start lower. रावण युद्ध अजान कियो तब नाग की पास सभी सिरदारो श्री रघुनाथ समेत सबे दल मोह भयो यह संकट भा आनी खगेश तबे हनुमान जो बंधन काति सूत्रास निवास को नहीं जानत है जग में
संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो
को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोह
नाम तिहारो
बंधु समेत जबे अहि रावण रघुनाथ पाताल सिधारो देव ही पूज भली विधि सोपई
समय मिली
मंत्र विचारो जाय सहाय भयो तब ही अहि रावण सैन समेत संहार को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि
संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो
को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम. I would just end with this very interesting part, because it's not too much described in the Tulsidas Ramayana, but it is more described in the Kritivas Ramayana, which is a Bengali version of the Ramayana, came actually chronologically before the Tulsidas Ramayana. And in that Ramayana, it goes into greater detail about Ahiravan. So after Lakshman Bhaiya had killed the son, Meghnad, then what happened? Ravan got very angry and upset. His son was killed. So he called his other brother. You had heard about Kumbhakarna and Vibhishan. He had another brother called Ahiravan who lived in Patalok. And he told Ahiravan, I need to get rid of these two boys. Vibhishan became aware of that. So he told Hanumanji, and I will try to be very fast because I keep forgetting about times. He told Hanumanji, you stand guard outside. And Hanumanji stood guard outside. Ahiravan disguised himself as Vibhishan, came. What happened? He then kidnapped Shri Ram and Lakshman Bhaiya and took them to Patal, where he used to make human sacrifices to Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. And they were next. And the only person, the only being who could have gone to save them in that different Patal, that different dimension. I spoke about the multiverse before. I spoke about Doctor Strange and the multiverse as well, mentioned it before, about different dimensions. And I forgot to mention it as well when I was reading from the Devi Bhagavad, because in it Brahmaji says there are many universes with many different people all existing at the same time. Again, those of you who look at Marvel and the Avengers, you will know that's where they got the multiverse from. And Spider-Man as well. We come back, however, to the Katha. The only way Hanumanji could have saved them was to take on a different form, because he had in all directions, 4 directions plus above, there were diyas lit, and if those diyas were lit, then he could be able to remove them. So he took on the Panchamukhi form of Hanumanji. And that Panchamukhi form is a very, very venerated form of Hanumanji. And it's important because each of the mukhis, each of the faces are animal faces, but of God. Varaharup, the boar. Narsingh Roop, the lion. There's Garudji, the eagle. There's Hayagriv, that is Vishnu Bhagwan with the horse head. And there's Hanumanji himself. And all of that has, why all of these animal beings and faces are used to do that, to extinguish all. With one blow, he blew out all with those 5 heads. Hayagriv is on the top. It has to deal with one's senses. It has to deal with control of one's animalistic qualities. But there's a lot more to that katha. And I won't go into it, just to tell you, this is why it was interesting to when you listen to it. This is what we're talking about Hanumanji willing to go beyond this dimension for Sri Ram and beyond this lifetime for you, because he's a Chiranjeevi, continuing to live, one of the 8 Chiranjeevis who continues to live. It is said that he will only leave this earth at the end when Kalki comes, then he will leave. The rest of the Sankata Mochan is something I would commend to you. Continue singing it. If you don't know it, put it on. Anup Jalota has versions. Hari Om Sharan has versions. There's so many different versions. Listen to it on Tuesday. Listen to it on Wednesday for his birthday. And those of you who can make it, please try and come. Hanumanji is an inspiration to us all. Prem se bol Shri Pawan Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Panditji.
We now invite you, brothers and sisters, to come forward to perform your arati as the group continues with Kirtan.
Anjaniya Veera Hanumat Shura.
Anjaniya Veera Hanumat Shura.
Anjaniya Veera Hanumat Shura.
Anjaniya Veera Hanumat Shura.
Vayu Kumara Vanar Veera.
Vayu Kumara Vanar Veera.
Vayu Kumara Vanar Veera.
Vayu Kumara Vanar Veera.
Anjaniya
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
वाय कुमारा वानर वीरा
वाय कुमारा वानर वीरा
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
आंजनेय वीरा हनुमत शूरा
वाय कुमारा वानर वीरा
वाय कुमारा वानर वीरा
श्री राम जय जय रामा
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 श्री राम जय सत्य साई रामा
श्री राम जय जय रामा
श्री राम जय सत्य साई रामा
श्री राम जय जय रामा
श्री राम जय जय रामा
श्री राम जय जय रामा
जय राम जय जय रामा जय जय रामा जय जय रामा हनुमानाची बल राम राम रसिया रे ही प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमानाति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु बल बसिया रे
वीर हनुमानाची बलवान राम राम रसिया रे ही प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमानाति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु बल बसिया रे
सीताराम जय सीताराम राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम
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 वीर हनुमानाची बलवान राम राम रसिया रे ही प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमानाति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की
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 वीर हनुमानाची बलवान राम राम रसिया रे ही प्रभु मन बसिया रे
वीर हनुमानाति बलवाना राम राम रसिया रे हे प्रभु मन बसिया रे
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
भीगी हरो हनुमान महाप्रभु, जो कछु संकट होई हमारो। कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को, जो तुमसे नहीं जाते तारो। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो महाराज। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो महाराज। तन में तुम्हारे शक्ति विराजे, मन भक्ति से बीरा। तन में तुम्हारे शक्ति विराजे, मन भक्ति से बीरा। जो जन तुम्हारे शरण में आए, जो जन तुम्हारे शरण में आए, जो करद हर लीला हनुमत, जो करद हर लीला। महावीर प्रभु हम दुखियन की, महावीर प्रभु हम दुखियन की। तुम हो गरीब निवाज हनुमत, तुम हो गरीब निवाज हनुमत। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो महाराज। राम लखन ही तुम पर सदा रहे हर्षाई। राम लखन ही तुम पर सदा रहे हर्षाई। हृदय चीर के राम सिया का, हृदय चीर के राम सिया का, दर्शन दिया कराई हनुमत, दर्शन दिया कराई। दो कर जोड़ रज हनुमंता, दो कर जोड़ रज हनुमंता। कहियो प्रभु से आज हनुमत, कहियो हनुमन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं
रामभक्तं बलवन्तं
रामभक्तं बलवन्तं
रामभक्तं बलवन्तं
रामभक्तं बलवन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं
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 ज्ञानपण्डित अञ्जनतनयं ज्ञानपण्डित अञ्जनतनयं ज्ञानपण्डित अञ्जनतनयं पवनपुत्रं भास्करतेजम् भास्करतेजं भास्करतेजं वन्दे हन्तं हनुमन्तं वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं वन्दे
सन्तं हनुमन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तं
वन्दे सन्तं हनुमन्तम्
Prem Bole Shri Mahabir Swami Ki Jai. Before we conclude with final arti, some important announcements upcoming. So firstly, we want to thank everyone for attending this morning's service and for joining with us either physically or virtually. We also want to remind you that each and every Sunday morning we would have Sunday morning satsang from 8:30 a.m. until 10, and you're invited to join with us. The Bal Vihar class, the children's class, is on a little bit of a break until the reopening of school, and then they would be resuming at that point. So those of you who know of children who are under SEA, so SEA students and under, you are invited to please join these classes and participate. They're indeed very important for your development and growth and edification as young Hindus, young Sanatanis Hindus. We want to also extend our gratitude to everyone who attended and took part in our Navaratri and Ram Navami celebrations. It was indeed very, very well attended, very well participated in, and indeed I think we all benefited from coming here, taking part in puja, and the wonderful messages and discourses that were given to us by Pandit Ji. In that vein, therefore, on Wednesday, as has been intimated, Hanuman Jayanti will be observed here at the Mandir, and puja will start at 10 a.m. So we're looking forward to seeing you all with us. I know some of you may be working, but it's school vacation, so those of you, especially the younger ones, who are not in school, we look forward to seeing you with us on Wednesday. Puja will be performed right as the puja is completed. Individual charhawing will take place, and then bhojan has been prepared for everyone so that you can come and have lunch with us as well after you've completed your puja. So this Wednesday from 10 a.m., we look forward to seeing you all with us here for Hanuman Jayanti. Members of the Sri Sivak Sabha, because Hanuman Jayanti will be taking place on Wednesday, your monthly meeting has been shifted, so it will take place tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. So all members of the Sri Sivak Sabha, persons who would like to join, your monthly meeting will be held tomorrow at 4:30, and right after that, yoga classes will be taking place. I'm told it's from 4 p.m., right? So the meeting is at 4 p.m., and right after that, we will be having a yoga class. So Panditji spoke about Surya Namaskar. Our teacher, Mukesh Ji, who runs the classes, that's one of the regulars there. And you can, one of the asanas that are performed, so you can come from 5:30 p.m. and join in the yoga classes that take place right at the annex upstairs. So you're all welcome to attend. In addition to that, I just want to extend an invitation to all persons who are writing CSEC and CAPE examinations, which we know is starting later in April. We will be having Saraswati Mata Puja on the 16th of April, which is Sunday, the 16th of April, from 7:30 a.m. So all persons who are writing those examinations and would like to sit for Saraswati Mata Puja on the 16th of April, you are invited to come from 7:30 a.m. and participate in that puja. So you can extend the invitation to those persons. There are many upcoming events that will be taking place later on in the year, and you'll be hearing more about that as we go along. I believe those are the announcements for this morning. I don't think I've missed anything. Anybody? No? No, just to extend birthday greetings to persons who are celebrating their upcoming birthday and anniversaries. We want to extend greetings to you. I want to extend welcome to my students from Hewithing Law School who are here with us, joining with us for puja after service completes. So let us all now stand for final arti and closing prayer.
Om Jai Jagadish Hari Swami Jai Jagadish Hari Bhakt Janon ke sankat Das Janon ke sankat Jan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hari ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ किसकी स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आस करो किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरि तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरि तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता हम सेवक तुम स्वामी हम सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरि तुम हो गोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विधि मिलो दया में किस विधि मिलो दया में तुम हो गए कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरि दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे अपने हाथ उठाओ
as we conclude our puja this morning and our satsang. O Prabhu, we've come before you as your children filled with our love for you. We've come before you with all humility, seeking your inspiration, your blessing, your guidance, and your protection. This morning, as we conclude in prayer, we pray not only for ourselves and our families, but we pray for all of humanity, particularly those persons who may be ill, those persons who are ailing in some way, those persons who may have lost a loved one, those persons who are on a deviant path, where we ask you, Prabhu, to redirect their minds and their actions towards you once more. For you are mother and father, you are family, you are friend, you are knowledge, you are wealth, you are everything to us. We surrender ourselves completely to you. Hari Om. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Seka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Asatu Ma Sadgamaya Tamasu Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आज शक्ति नव दुर्गा मैया की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, प्रेम से बोले श्री सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय. Turn to those around you, सब कोई जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम. May Bhagwanji's blessings be with us all. May we have a very productive and powerful week ahead. We look forward to seeing you all with us on Wednesday during Hanuman Jayanti Puja. Jai Sitaram all.